Okay, so manager. Okay, that's good. It looks like I'm on it. Edit channel. I'm in the right place. Oops. What are we doing? It's always something. There we go. Hey. Okay, we're working. So go ahead. Put our music back on. Then listen to. All right. So when we first left off of here, so when we first left off of here, we finished editing all of these, and I need to go ahead and figure out how to start editing the next batch. So we did export this one good or successfully. So let's just go ahead and just start exporting each one. And we're just going to have to main off the parking lots. Just hope everything does what it's supposed to do. File, export. Yeah, because once we get done with the editing portion of it, then we get to the fun stuff of the one I didn't particularly care about. But, you know, it's fine. If we need to later on, we can always go back, fix it. This one, I know we stuck so much time trying to fix that. I really feel like there's something to this where I could, but that's for another day. Another day that we could try it. But today's not that day. This one looks a bit off. Not a bit off, but um, let's just make sure because the horizon's off, you know what I mean? So let's see if we can fix this horizon real quick. We'll go back over, like I said yesterday, we made sure that we selected background layer and good light projection here. Yeah, it's definitely off. So let's go ahead and straighten it. Seems about straight. So on this particular image, they were talking about coming from this section here. Oh, wait, back here. And then you have the main office there, and then the QTA area over there. So, doesn't look very off. That looks off, so we'll fix that. Yeah, that looks all fine. Okay, cool. So, because people aren't going to go, they're going to be coming from this way. They're going to be either going here or here. So we can set everything here so they can look between those two areas. So again, once we have that fixed, everything looks good. We'll go back to layer, apply projection, and remove the projection. Good. And now we should be good to go ahead and just export it. Save. We're going to, one of the things that I forgot to do for editing, which could screw us, is running it through the denoise. And the reason you want to run the denoise before doing all the edit is because things can get really kind of wonky. But like I said in my first video, you cannot, you can, but you shouldn't run denoise if you have a whole bunch of images that are like blurry and stuff like that. So for instance, like over here, this car is moving. So having that denoise doesn't help it. It's just going to make it look worse. And this guy over here is kind of moving. So it's just not, it's not going to be good. So I think on this one, because we have so many moving parts, we're not going to run the denoise. But the denoise, the Topaz Labs, they do like an amazing job. So levels, that looks good. Or the main thing about a lot of this stuff is that, you know, I have such limited knowledge how to do things, say like an easier way. So I have to do it the little baby way, because I just don't understand. What really, the reason I'm really doing this is because I don't understand how I jump down here. This doesn't look like it's in order. And I don't know where things are supposed to be at. Like some of it's like 33%, 21%, but it's not in order. So it scares me and don't want to accidentally screw something up. But we need to go, what is this, third level, your rental counter? Yeah, that's the car there. So we're just going to sit here and just do it the safe way. So I'm tired of having to redo things that make stupid mistakes repeatedly. That looks good. Remember, that's the image that we fixed yesterday. We're just going to go ahead and knock this out. To me, the most important thing is like the geographical location is easy to understand. And if there's signs, if they could read the signs as well. What I should have did these first couple streams was start with a much smaller project with less panos. But it's not how I roll. I usually just screw it up because I have. So again, this whole thing, I want to build a lot of. I want to build up my portfolio, which I have all these 360. See, this doesn't. Something is off with this one again. So let's go to my projections. Something is definitely off. So I think it's. Oh, you see how I was making those corrections and nothing was happening because I was editing on the layer instead of the background. So now, you know, it's so funny because it gives you all these warnings, but it doesn't give you a warning for this. So here we go. So now, I need to zoom out a little bit more. That is straight to me. This part does not look straight. And it could be just because of the hole. But that feels like it was supposed to be. Go back here. Definitely not straight. And a lot of times that's what you need to do. You just need to take your time and make sure everything looks right. So when I use the wall, the edge doesn't look straight, which makes me think that it might be the pitch itself. So just gonna take our time. That door seems to be straight, but right here it doesn't. Be missing something. I'm gonna say it's perfect, but that's looking good. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, so let's go ahead and move this. That does look much better. I mean, it could be exactly the same, but to me it looks better. Yeah, this is such a hard one just because, again, was taken on a day that this is one of those images we had a hard time with too, but everything looks good now. because of the use case. You know, the use case is just for um, employees to get around. We're not trying to do anything amazing. This looks relatively straight. So doing it on like a really crappy day makes it hard because you kind of want to do stuff with it. This one was super difficult too. But I think the office is already looking better, and I think it's just because we're not doing that. I think we do that color shift. I think that makes a huge difference. But again, this would have been so much better if I just practiced it on a smaller or I know this one was jacked up too. Because this is taking way too long. Because I want to build this. I got daycares. I have a big like school too. Like one of the what do you call it? The one that you sleep in or kids, students sleep in. So QTA check it. What's that? I don't need to do that. Just making sure. That I'm only deleting the ones. See this one? Don't know why I did that. I didn't do this one. Did this one. Did this one. Did this one. The school one took a lot of panos too. We did not do this one. Did this one. Oh, I guess I could tell if I did it or not. Skybridge, everything looks good. Yeah, the school one's going to be a fun one because in that, you know, there's so many things you could do with 3D Vista, and school one seems pretty fun just because I have like a map of the school and I plan on, and I got a couple aerial drones. So that'd be pretty cool to kind of like put that together. With 3D tours, I mean, that's, I really not adjust this one at all. It looks fine. Main office to conference room 3. Main office conference room 3. Yeah, that's it. I really think we messed with this one either. We messed a little with the levelness. Terminal break room 1. Terminal break room 1. Okay. Third level sky bridge. Third level 2 sky bridge. 2 sky bridge. Yeah, we definitely did nothing with that. Didn't do nothing with that. QT outside main office. Parking deck. Bridge terminal. Car loop. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I think these are the last ones. So awesome. I don't see anything else. All right. So this one was relatively easy. We got these bands, these black bands again. So we can just go here and fix those. And it doesn't matter, but for me, if I can get in the habit of doing something, just helps me, you know, in the long run. And so a lot of times, uh, you know, I'll be doing like 3D tours and stuff, and I'll have, or I won't be doing 3D tours. I'll be doing like floor plans and scanning and stuff. And customer would be like, "Oh, do you need me to move or anything?" And because the way that I do floor plans is the same way that I do 3D tours, I would just kind of stay out of the way. And, or like I'm always hiding from the camera. They think they need to do the same thing. But in reality, I always tell them, "No, dude, you're good. Like I'm just getting out of the way because I want to get out of the way. Because if I don't get out of the way, the one day I'll screw it up." Yeah, I mean, everything's blowing out. And if I knew how to do that one thing, then I would. But the important part is like people can see what the area looks like. So for me, I'm happy with that. Maybe we can just do this like file, just export this photo, save it, and close it. This looks pretty level. So let's go. Go to default. So we're going to leave all this here. We're just going to do a shift. Yeah, see, that looks better. So now we just go in, make it brighter, a little contrast to it. I don't know what writing versus the other thing, but I'm not going to mess with this one too much because it does look pretty good. So I'm going to call that good. nearing the finish line. This one does feel like it's off. So I'm going to go ahead. My projection. Yeah, see, we can see that it's off. So let's straighten. That looks good. Now maybe the pitch is a little too high. That looks better. And this looks off again. Oh, I wonder if I'm doing something with that, with the heading that's causing it to screw up. That kind of feels off too. That's right. Maybe it's the pitch again. Then maybe just a little bit of straightening. See if that looks good. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. Yeah, that looks all good. Okay. So we go ahead and turn this off. Then we can go ahead and mess with our colors again. That was saturation. What was I doing with the shift? I'm gonna do too crazy. I think like that. I think that looks fine. Brightness, increase the brightness a little bit. Maybe add a little bit of contrast. Nothing too much. As I don't like it because I don't fully understand that portion of things. Vibrance. So we don't want to go too crazy, but we want this pretty bright enough. Don't like, not in love with this little section here. It's kind of like almost green. This is supposed to be really red too. we go. I use that color picker. It's really kind of white, almost that sterile look, but yeah. I think this is good. Export. That one. Save. This one looks alright, but I'm just gonna double check because I know a lot of these, like this is towards the end of the day and we're just kind of moving, trying to get it going. Yeah, I'd be like, that would be the only thing I'd want to straighten. But again, it's not bad because nobody's gonna be looking that way anyways. But since we're here, we're going to be going straight down that way. So that looks fine. This doesn't look too crazy. So we need to go this way. So I'm going to go ahead and center my coordinates that way. Let's go ahead and go to layer, move projection. Yeah, that's the way we need to go. Make this a little bit lighter. That looks good. Because we're coming from here and going down that way. Yeah, this is fine. Go ahead, file. We're getting close, y'all. Getting close. Close to start building the actual tour. I wonder why it starts from over here. And at this point, it doesn't really matter. I can already tell you this one looks a little bit jacked up. This one was definitely a little bit of a pain too. It was a pain because everywhere we had to hide just didn't. I like leaving my camera by itself. And with 360 photography, you have to put a lot of trust in your tripod and a lot of trust in people. And people wasn't the issue. It was trust in the tripod because it was such a crappy day. And really can't go too far anyways. Just because uh because the weak signal that you get. You don't see super big banding. And I'll show you what that banding looks like in like a nice blue sky. Like I said, I'd rather deal with this kind of banding than the blue sky, just because I think it's way more difficult. All these little things that I'm doing. I just see it as practice for doing it later. But I am glad that I am using, you know, this editor a little bit more. I bought this a long time ago. And that looks good. I was just using like Photoshop and stuff. Uh, because there's a lot of tutorials on this too, but it just feels like there was just way more tutorials on Photoshop, which makes sense. Photoshop is a huge company. I know they even have like Photoshop employees because that's all they do is make tutorials. And I used to watch them too, but I just don't have good or great foundation of knowledge. And a lot of it is just I don't have time. And it's funny because, like I said, normally I don't edit my stuff at all. Because I have editors, and I rather focus on making money. And this doesn't editing, unless you're doing it for a living, doesn't make you money. And it kind of sucks. Well, it doesn't suck because, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't enjoy doing this because it's a lot of me second guessing myself and whether I'm making the right calls. Um, does this look right? Does this look accurate? And then when I screw it up, then just get flustered like everybody else, or at least I get flustered. Like, oh, I don't know what I did, and I don't know how to go back. So I think that's my biggest thing is just the second guessing. So that looks good. I'm pretty sure. Back to layer real quick. I'm pretty sure that this one was fine. Yeah, that's totally fine. So now we just go ahead and jump out of here. Move it. File, export, save. It's a good thing that we labeled all these things too in advance. Too much heavier. So this one was a huge pain. This doesn't look super bad now. But what I want to do is just go ahead and check it real quick. Light projection, rectangular projection. And it's funny how, like, I told everybody, it's like, hey, I know you're on break, but I'm going to be doing these photos. Like, don't want to be in it. Like, I get it. And nobody cared. They're like, yeah, we're taking a break. Do what you're going to do. I was like, okay. I feel like maybe this is, it's just a little too high. Oop. And I know we could have started from there for all I know. So I was talking about that second guessing. That looks fine. And you have to like triple check everything. Feels like it's slightly off. But again, that goes to like, is it off? Or am I off? Let's just check this thing one more time. It looks fine. It looks fine. Yeah, I mean, all the way over here makes it look like it's off. So, and I don't know if it was one of those pitch issues. So I'm looking at, when I'm doing this, I'm kind of like looking at this corner, but if you get too close, then maybe it's the pitch. So it just still feels like it's off. But it's also good that I'm doing this. So that way, like when I'm doing more, yeah, it's the pitch. So I'm doing more of my own customers and something's off. There we go. That looks much better. Yeah, and it makes me realize like I have to start, because editing 360 panos are expensive, at least for me. Um, so I want it to be as not as expensive as possible and make sure that I'm taking good photos off the get-go. I think this is good. Man, just slightly off. I think this is good. I think we're just going to go with it. Oh, we didn't name this one. Did we? No. Okay. We can go back to our adjustments. We can go to here. And actually, you know what? Let's go to white balance first. We'll do this picker. No, this is white. Instantly looks better. So it's the white balance. Only thing I need to do, Lumina shift. It was just the white balance. You know what? Did we leave? Yeah, we left that on. There you go. You can edit with the thing on there, but I try not to. This looks fine. I think we just, again, just kind of adjust the brightness just a little bit. Not by that much. That gives a good sense. And this is going to be OAT. I think it's OAT. What is it? QTA. TA. Break. I say break room 1. I'm going to do _1. And let's save. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that's fine. No. Office, we get those black lines again, so let's go and fix those. Got a couple projects. The main thought or theory behind streaming me doing this, it's just the accountability factor. That's all. Is that I need to get this done. And as you can see, it takes me a long time to get this done. So I'll start on it and then I won't touch it for a long time and this I have to get this done. So it's easy to tell like if you're straight or not, but if your pitch is off, you can see how it's like up and down right here, how it's like wider at the top, narrower at the bottom. That's how we know that the pitch needs to be adjusted. And that looks more even consistently. Now this doesn't look as straight. That looks more straight. We can see it's still kind of wonky. So we can adjust that. Now it's more even. Center those coordinates. Now we can go back. That looks pretty even. Back through here. That looks pretty even. Yeah, that looks pretty even all the way across. So yeah, so I'm happy with that. So now we can just go ahead. We can get off of this. I promise, we only got a few left before we can get started on doing the 3D tour. The 3D tour is a lot of fun. Because we can start doing some cool stuff. Like make hotspots. Brightness, we need to make it brighter. Okay. Maybe bump up the contrast. Yeah, that looks good. Go back to layer. Let's see if we kind of like if it's possible to fix this thing. I want to. lot better. Not perfect. But it don't need to be perfect. It just needs to be close. Alright, so I'm happy with that. File. Export. Export. Save. Go ahead and close this. Main office, we already know. This one might have been a rush, so good chance that this is wonky. Doesn't look bad at first look. Yeah, definitely wonky. So let's straighten this stuff out. What I'm looking at is this frame over here as a reference. See, it has that like that arch feel. Doesn't look bad. Feels like it's slightly off. There you go. That looks much better. Yeah, happy with that. Okay, cool. So let's go to the adjustment layer. Let's look at this white balance picker. What is white? Oh, those fours back there. That's white. Boom. Much better. Much better. All right, so new brightness, contrast. We just bump this up just a little bit. Oh, remember, like this is, if you're gonna edit in this, that's totally fine. Because like I said, you can edit it right here. You sit there and move the picture around and stuff, but there you go. Yeah, that looks much better. So let's go and export this. We're now down to our last view. This one wasn't too bad, so let's make some minor adjustments. We need to find where shadows. Decrease the shadows. Let's increase the highlights. Goes down just a little bit, and then make that a little bit lighter. And super yellow. Ooh. too sure. Maybe we just tone down. Oh, this is the part. I felt it. I felt this was going to be pain. Like I really felt it. It's good enough. It's just so much mix lighting. Like we got the blown out window there. We got all this light coming here. This is a really dark corner. So I'm fine with it. It's not beautiful, but maybe it's beautiful in its own way. Return loop. And just make this brighter. Looks good. Vibrance. Bump that up just a little bit. Like normally I would never cross the street during like those big airport times, but this wasn't too bad. This looks good. This was just like a reference photo to kind of show like where the return loop is, which make those thumbnails might be the way that we set it up. Having the film strip at the bottom may help us out. So this one I'm 90% sure that it's jacked up somewhere, but we can at least fix this a little bit so I'm not facing that way. Just go layers, light projections, rectangular, and because this was an uneven surface. Oh, that's the parking lot way over there. Okay. Make this a little bit straighter. Looks better. Maybe just gonna adjust this just a bit. Okay. And double checking. Yeah, that all looks good. So I'm happy with that. See, I need to get out of this view. See any of that black banding? No, that's fine. I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and get ready to cross over this finish line. Save. No. This one is all jacked up. Like you can instantly tell. So let's go ahead and make that the first thing we do. And let's just start straightening it out. It's good there. looks good. That looks fine. And maybe the pitch needs to be adjusted. So again, I'm visually looking at here to here. Seems like it's slightly off. So they're going to be coming from the parking garage there back to this way. So yeah, that looks relatively straight. I'm fine with that. So let's do the white balance, do the picker. Seems pretty white. Make this brighter. Just like that. And again, we screwed up because I need to be off of that. And here's the other crazy part. If you're on adjustment layer and you go over here to live projection, it says remove projection and you do it and it still doesn't do it. It's because again, you didn't select the right layer. Just trust me, I've done this so many times where I screwed that up. Vibrance. Just bump that up just a little bit. Saturation. Nothing too crazy. I'm happy with that. File. Export. Save. Last two. This one doesn't look bad at all, but we'll just go ahead and we'll check. Yeah, that looks good. Projection. I mean, I'll say there's nothing I need to do to this photo. I'm happy with it. Yeah, it looks good. File, export. And this is the last one. So I'm pretty sure this one was fine. Maybe just like slightly. Yeah, that looks good. All right, center coordinates, because that's where they're going. They're going into that QTA office. I wish I was further from that pole, but I was worried because they're like moving a lot of cars. Vibrance. Just a little bit. Then brightness. That looks good. Remember what we screwed up on? What I screwed up on? Is editing on this layer again. I don't think it matters that you edit on that layer. Yeah, I'm happy with that. File, save. Let's get out of here. Let's start building the tour. We got so many more tours that we need to build. Okay. And that's it. Perfect. Go ahead and open up this. It's because I did the ads. That looks a little better. At least we can reset it. So let's go ahead and we'll go to add media, import panoramas, standard panoramas, select everything, open it, apply, yes. In this case, you didn't watch from the first video, the reason I was doing all of that was because of one image. I wasn't happy with the way one image looked, and I'm still not 100% sure if I'm happy with that image the way it looks. But we're gonna let this do his thing. I'm gonna grab some coffee and I'll be right back. Okay. So now we got all of our images imported. We need to, the first thing we need to do is to get organized. So we'll go to project. And we can start reordering all these. And we have to figure out where we want to, how we want to reorder this. So we know we're going to start at the security gate, so we'll move that over there. You can only do it in project to reorder these. If you do it in panoramas, it just won't work. So security gate, we need to do exit of security gate, exit security gate. This is that side office. Side office, we need, this is main front of office, so that's going to be right there. Parking lot near security gate. This is the parking lot across the street from the security gate. Office, main office parking lot. So I think security gate's there. So we're going to hook it up there. Then we got main office parking lot. Main office parking lot. This is the back of the parking lot. So what am I missing? Maybe it's, That goes down. Main front office. What is this? Oh, that's the one we need. So one should be right here, and then we have one right here, then we have one in front of the UPS truck. So let's go back to project. This one is at the, where's this one at? This is just main office. What is that called? Oh, this one's at the end, so that's fine. That's the one that we need to move. Front main office. Okay, so this is at the end, next near the security. Then this one's there, front office. And this goes down. So I think the way we're going to build this is we're going to go to the QTA section first, and then on and so forth. So now let's go ahead and lobby. To conference room. To conference room. Conference room. Okay, so that goes in there where they're going to be doing their meetings and stuff. Then we're going to come out of this from the main. And then we're going to head to QTA. I think these are the same image, and I'll double check. And if you got duplicates, like that's totally fine. Just make sure you delete it so you don't screw up your hotspots, because you can. And I noticed that I will. I think this is coming from the other side. So now we need to find the one that's in front. Door QT. Oh. So I'm gonna screw that up. That goes up there, because then we go in the office. Front door, front break room. Side main office. This may go, I wasn't super stoked with this, but because I didn't have that line of sight, but I couldn't, because I wasn't going to risk my camera. Front door, QTA, break room, QTA. Now QTA check-in goes right here. So we go from here, inside here. That's the front door. So, okay, that's what we'll do. So QTA, then we go into break room. Then we go into area 1. And now I guess since we're already out here, we might as well do the parking, the secondary, the third parking area. So that's going to go, so now we're going to build backwards. So we're going to go here, and then here, and then there. Okay. Now we need to start building from, so from here, the main office parking lot 2, we're going to go into that parking deck to get to the terminal. So the big thing that we got to figure out is, where does it start? Parking deck stairs to rental counter. I think it's this. Yeah, so this, So there's one over there. So let's go. Yeah, this is the one right here. So what is this called? Parking deck near security gate rental counter. Okay, well that makes sense. Parking deck near parking deck near security. Okay. So here, and then the next one, I guess here. Let's just double check that. Yeah, because it'll be here and then here. Then we're going up the stairs. So parking deck near security gate. That one. Third level, third level, third level, third level. Sky bridge. Oh, where's my second level at? Oh, maybe I didn't have a second level. Okay, parking deck, parking deck. Level between stairs. Yeah, maybe that's what I did. So we're gonna move this here. Move this here. Sky bridge. There. Skybridge terminal. Counter terminal. I think. Yeah. I think what I need to do is here. Terminal. Yeah. So when you get them pretty close to being completely organized, um, that's essentially what you want because your life is just going to be so much easier. Okay, cool. So now that we have those set up, let's go ahead and start building our tour. So we'll go to panoramas. We'll go ahead and select one. We'll say hotspots and continue. What's going on? Oh no. Oh no. What? No. What's going on? Yeah. Okay, so what the heck is going on here? Continue. Okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. So we're going to bust out of that. Okay, so we know that we need to kind of build this. Let me show you. I'm going to hit file save real quick. Save. Go to my tours. And I'll show you what I did over here. And honestly, what I might end up doing is just taking a couple mental notes or a couple photos, what it looks like. Or what I could do too. Yeah, so this is the previous tour. So if I go panoramas, kind of see what I did here. And honestly, that's what I'm gonna do. Let me take a couple pictures of this. I really did like how I did this. So hold on a second, bear with me. I didn't do too many of these. But I did that. Main office parking lot. Do exit security gate first. So I did do that. Orientation parking lot. Exit. And then let's go to parking lot 2, which is this guy. Do not enter. So this is all we're going to create. It's cool. I did spend quite a bit of time on this tour before realizing that I screwed it all up. Or it didn't screw it all up, but it's main office. To third floor counter. That's fine. Yeah. I was pretty proud of this. Then go this way to OTI. Okay. There's nothing else in here. That was the door. Then I just did areas to lobby. Makes sense. So go to lobby and conference room. That looks good. Looks good. That's the other thing is you have to be kind of like in a somewhat creative mood when you're making these. This doesn't go anywhere. Yeah. That's fine. Let's go back up to here. This way to OTI. So we have that main office. Then QTA. Yeah. So I did all this. That's what I did was, yeah, the office that way. And then turn around. And like that. That's what I was doing. I was like to block it. So, GTA break room, main office, and office. I don't know if I like that office one. Maybe just call it parking lot. You kind of see like how it's kind of jacked up anyways in here. So that's fine. Maybe I should just label this break room. Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much all I got from last time. So now we're able to jump back out of this. Before I go too crazy, I'm just going to project. Then I can at least label that. Okay, so that's labeled there. My tours. Boy, let me tell you, when these projects get bigger, like I got one of a showroom, boy, it takes a hot minute to load. Let's see. So we're going to do that. Name this Aphis International. This will be welcome. Avis National Report You Hire. Okay, so we got that saved in there. Let's go back to the security gate, panoramas, hotspot, close. So now we're going to go ahead, start building the tour. So again, they're going to be coming off of this road here, and they're going to be going into this gate. So I want to make sure that they see that. So the next thing is security gate, exit. So we're going to drag that right here. We're going to select this. I'm going to use these arrows like that. That makes the most sense. Turn is going to be right there. Add. Put this on the ground. There, make that a little bit of adjustment. The reason I'm making the target area a little bit larger, so if they off click it or whatever else, it just makes it a little bit easier for them to kind of go through the gate. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're going to add a text box. Open that up. We're gonna put security 801, please by ID. And we can make this we like it white. I like it, that color for like effect being white. I can security gate, please add. Please provide ID. Maybe what we can do is background opacity. Let's do something like that. That makes sense. Let's go ahead and add the next text, which I want to label this road. This is going to be global gateway connector. And we're going to put this back to being white. And we're going to increase the size. There's another way we can kind of adjust this. Something like that, but there it is. Make it a little flatter. Can we make opacity border radius? We're just gonna leave it like that. I think that's fine. Okay, so we got that. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay, so this is where they're gonna enter. But we're also gonna add that secondary parking lot or security gate. And we're just going to change that to what do we want? How did I have it? Oh, it's just the circle return is going to be, so this little blue dot on this white horizon line it just kind of gives like the return spot. So if they click it there, then go back. So do that, and we'll add some text. And the text will be employee parking. Now if I like it up here, so employee parking's that way. This is the gateway connector. You know, maybe we can move this down. Or just kind of adjust it. Okay, so that looks good there. Security gate, please provide ID. Employee parking, maybe we can move this over. Make that a little bit smaller. Security gate, please provide ID. Okay, cool. So that looks good there. So now if we go over here, it takes us here to employee parking. This is back to the security gate. So we can go ahead and label that. And just want to make sure security gate 01. That way, if they want to check it out, they can. And that's going to bring them right back there. Security gate 01, they can see that. They're not going anywhere. We don't need to label that road again. We already did that, so let's just move on. Yeah, okay. So now we're here. That was back to security gate 01. We're just going to label this. I believe we labeled this exit. Then over here was orientation parking. Let's go ahead. Parking, security. And the return spot is going to be like right there, like that. Actually, you know what? I need to swap that. Let's go back to all. We need that. Then we just saw that right there. Yeah, because they're going to be parking right there. Okay, that looks good. And then this is going to be orientation parking. I don't need it so big. Orientation parking. What we don't want them to do is to go through that little section there. We're going to background opacity. Might change the text to red. Rotation parking good. This is going to the exit, so we'll just go ahead and write exit. Doing anything crazy. And see, if you see like this blue box here that surrounds it, you see how it's a little bit over the text. So even if they don't click on this, they can still click on that and it will still take them out to the exit. Okay. And then this guy goes to the third level. So let's do something interesting. Let's take polygon tool and let's draw over this. So this is a fun tool that we can use. We're just going to go around this truck. Polygon tool can be a little bit of a pain, but overall it's not bad. It's gonna take your time. I do a lot of clicks. Go all the way over. I'm gonna go straight down. And this is the part. Yeah, I'll go this way. And what I want to do is I want to showcase a little bit of like what a tour could be. Kind of open up that customability for people. I'm like, oh, this is how I can use this tour. Given that flexibility, this is really hard because it's so dark. I'm gonna put him behind it. This is everything that's behind the mask. I feel like I screwed this up. Definitely screwed this up. It's fine. But anyway, so that's our mask. This goes behind there. We're gonna make this red. Which road do we want? That's okay. So now you see it's kind of red. It kind of pops. It shows that, hey, this goes somewhere. This does something. I just need to quickly, there it is, to third level rental counter. So we're going to add text. And to third level. Looks good. Something like that. And when they click, we can add an action. We're gonna make our life a little bit easier. To third level rental counter. Might want to make this a little bit darker. We'll change the text to black. Yeah, that's good. Then we can add our connect next security gate. And then the return would be right here because there's that truck. Add. Well, just this. Hopefully we can make final edits later. Honestly, I don't think I like that, so I'm going to swap that. Make like one of those hobo markers. So they click on that, that should take them there. So that should be fine. Orientation parking is that way. Exit is that way. So if we click on this, then we should be looking down this aisle. And boom, we're looking down that aisle. This is going to be so this is going to be to exit. Exit. Slash. Exit slash. Third level. So this is taken back to that panel that we did it. We could do like what I did last time, which is color that red again, but fine. Here we want to exit. That's fine. Let's see. Okay, so this is, let's do this. Let's do the same thing. Or this polygon tool. Because we don't want people going through here. I'm just going to try to make this as level as possible. Okay. Let's go ahead and change the fill color to white. I want them to know that this isn't like a wall, that there's actually something there. But it's not OTI, it is UTA. To UTA. And we can change that to black. Yeah, there we go. So that goes to QTA. Exit their level renter counters. So now we can say employee parking. So now we can go here. We'll go. You can park on either side. Park on either side. This is just something simple. We do Control C, Control V. Make two of these, just like that. It's really nice. We can make this a little smaller. That way, park on the side. You park on either side. Okay, cool. So now they know they can do that. And then we have just the let's go straight down. This returns, go back up here. Add that. I'm not going to add anything else. I could, but hopefully they get the idea. Fix that. It's always a good practice to have return arrows. So we just go here. We're not. I'm going to put exit here. But in reality, because the way they're parked, they're going to have to go around this building to exit. But for the tour, that could be kind of confusing. But I don't know. So I want to have return spots. I'm gonna call this front door, or at least two front door. This is two door. This is smaller. Okay. Just that. And here's the front door. We're going through the lobby. So with lobby, I like to change it to doors. I'm just going to use a blue one. I wish there was a red one. You could probably make a red one, but just haven't done that part yet. Enter office. Looks good. Then oh, these two are the same. Okay, so remember I said that we need to delete stuff. What does this look like? It's like that. What does this look like? Yeah, exact same thing. So we need to go back to project. And we need to delete one of these. Yes. Back to panoramas. To UTA. So I did notice is that I did label these as third level counter. Third level. So that goes to the third level counter. So it's not about the exit, about where you're going. Front door. I'm gonna fix this to third because yeah, you'll park there and then you're not driving in and out, but you're basically just walking everywhere. So now they know that to go to third level parking area, they can go back there. And again, I can make more hotspots to directly take them. But there is such thing as having too much going on. and I just don't want to do that for them. So if they just do that, especially if they're using their phone, like it's too easy. Accidentally click on something. 2/3 level counter. Okay, so they know they go back that way, and if we click on this, exit 3rd level counter, click there. 3rd level rental counter, so taken that way, exit, orientation parking lot. Perfect. Okay. Parking outside, front door, 3rd level counter. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Level counter, enter office. TQT area. Try not to have all these sitting on top of each other. Okay, so now into the office. There's the exit door, lobby, and then speak with reception. So we're going to add that. We don't need these huge. And we can make this the opacity, and would I have it black? Yeah, we can kind of like block out her faces a little bit. Is that we wanted to kind of draw attention. And then we can add our hotspot, lobby. Yeah, this goes right there. Add that. We want it to be noticeable. We'll add another text. Give it down here. I have it up top in the other one. We go to room. Yeah, that one works. We just put it back to lobby and we kind of cover her little station up. We can even change this thing too. This is to lobby. Yeah, that covers her face or her desk a little bit better. And I think it gets the point across. So now we need to go down this hallway. I believe it'd be right here. At that return point. Right there. Add. Like I said, making it big and noticeable, super important. So this is again to conference room. This is going to be returning back to the lobby. So this will be to lobby. Black. Lobby. Okay. And then here. Yeah. Here. Turn point right there. Make this bigger. Like, I think I can get rid of a couple of these panoramas. I don't think I have to go this crazy. Because my next panorama is actually in front of this door. Or no, next panorama is in the office. And I could have done that. And maybe I'll change it up. I'll just see what I like and it's gonna go. But if I can get the basics done, if I get the basics done, then I go and fine tune everything a little bit later. But you have to understand, like, the people that we're creating these for, they don't understand 3D tours, and like what you think your assumption is, or like if you do 3D tours often, you're like, oh, it's common sense. You'll quickly discover how that's not true. Then what we could do, we can add another one going back to the third level parking. Security gate exit. So we'll do, so add this one here too. And our return point, I think the door's like, oh, we don't want to create a return point. So what we did was we canceled that return point because I don't want people being able to go into the conference room from here. So we're going to label this one to third level counter. Change that to black. The way they know they can go there, and that takes them to that spot because they can leave there and go out this door. But do we want them to? We'll give them that option. We'll give them that option. And then this is just going to be the conference room. Make sure I didn't label it strange. Lobby, conference room. Yeah, just label it conference room. Conference room. And if we wanted to add like additional instructions, you know, a checklist or something like that, we could. That's conference rooms. That makes sense. Then that goes to the lobby. And that goes to the third level counter. Love it. Okay. That is the exit. And we go to lobby. One like that. This is the conference room, so there's nothing we really need to do in here. Okay. So that goes that way to lobby. We're just going to double check everything. You see how like this is super sucked in, so conference room to lobby. Big with reception. It's good. Let me make this a little bit bigger. To QTA. So let's go ahead and go to QTA. And then we're going to put two office. We can label this exit parking lot, return, loop. But now we're thinking of different avenues of where you're going. And so you have a bunch of different options. So over here is the return loop parking lot, but right over here on this side is the exit. And then over here is that QTA place. And then back to the main office. And I think this is somewhere in the center. I don't have one shooting straight down. So I wasn't sure if I was going to need it or not. Let's say two. How about this? Exit first. Right. Two. Parking. Three. Okay, so now we're given instructions saying, okay, exit is first right. Exit is first right to park in. We might have to come up with a better solution on where we want to go, but that's what I got for now. So at least that's for me. You want to push this down just a little bit. Because this is going to go to that QTA. Okay. So is that a hotspot or text? This is to QTA. Office. So now, yeah. So we know that it goes to QTA office. This goes back to the main office. First exit, first right. Don't like that, but I do need to come up with something better. Then the QTA office is right here. So now this is going to go back to main office. just write that to main office. And this is going to go right here. This one we're going to have to change the hotspot. That's okay, we can do that. So to UTA office. And we're in the QTA off. Well, to the office. But now this guy we need to change. And that's simple enough. You just click here. And you figure out what arrow. So this is arrow 06. So let's go to all. Six right. Try to be consistent. Because that's going to go that way. But keep in mind, I still have panoramas that go to this return loop back this way. So yeah, so let's do that. Okay, so this is going back to the main office. And if you go straight, that's the exit too. So we have to be careful. If we're not careful, we'll put 2 in office. We can make this the... Okay, so that goes to the main office. But we need to go to the parking lot too, which is travel TPA from parking lot. So this way. And it goes right here. Perfect. Add. Then we're going to put our text box, and this goes to, what do they call it? Return loop. And again, we just increase this opacity without giving them a general idea of where they're supposed to go. So return loop parking to main office. Now we need to add front door, which is front door to QTA. There, you're going to add something different. Like that. Goes back here. Add. That's going to be QTA So that's how we're gonna that's essentially how we're gonna block some of these people out too. Because again, I mean, I get it, like they're working, they're doing stuff. Although they're working kind of looks like talking, but whatever. Okay, so now let's swap this out. Um, for the arrows. Sorry about that little sneeze. Anyways, so now we can go back just put to my office. Again, we're not teaching perfection this time around. We just want to get basic navigation. So QTA check-in is right here. I'll put that back there. Add. And let's go and label that. So again, what we're building this for is for new employees. Who's never been here, and the airport can be a very confusing place, especially one as big as this one. So given these two new hires to have that ability to view firsthand of what they kind of expect or what to expect is going to be a huge bonus, because they're just not going to be wandering around, which is dangerous, out here, just to be kind of wandering around. So this is definitely going to help, at least potentially help, not have people just wandering around. At least they'll have a sense of where they're going. QTA break room. I like that. QTA check-in. I think I'm going to make this darker or whiter. Main office. Okay. So if we go in here, we'll fix all those points. Did I do... No. I don't think I did anything, so... I'll just type in QTA check-in. I will just make this kind of block some of the people out. I do have panoramas for this door, but I didn't do it because this was so active. There were so many people coming in and out. I just wanted to get the heck out. So, okay, so that goes there. Let's go to the break room. I can label this. SB QTA office. Then break room. I said it was just so many people coming and going. Really hard to UTA. And yeah, with spelling errors and everything else, I'll double check all that. Might want to change that. I'm gonna grab some coffee real quick. So we're back. that. Just get my coffee together. Got a little bit of a busy day. Okay, so we did that. This is the break room. That's the exit. So let's go ahead and continue. Select that. Be to break. Then we can rate. Dang. Well, I put two and two together, but that's fine. It is what it is. I'll fix it. This is QTA check-in. Yeah, you gotta be careful so you don't like start. That's fine. So I need to swap this anyways to a different arrow. Which we want blue. I want it to go this way. Just this. Dude. That's the other thing, with labeling everything is that, be somebody who's technology literate or whatever, like, oh, I don't know what's going on. So, just try to label as much as you can. Let's exit. So we're gonna make that a little bit better. That goes to break rooms. That should be self-explanatory. So if we click on break room, QTA check-in, restroom, exit, QTA break room. We may make this QTA check-in, main office. should take us back to here. Yeah. Okay. I didn't even notice that last time. There's a fan block the damn thing. Okay, so this is going to be as well. Make one to the exit since we're here. We don't need. You know what? We're going to swap that. Exit and main office. I'm trying to point it that way. Two. The main office and exit. It goes to QTA area. That's fine. Like I said, we didn't create a return, so let's go check this out. So this will main office parking. That's fine. This is so weird because that's like the only spot there. So let's create the hotspot and we'll fix those other two. So this is return loop working. Like that's the only, like there's the main gate in the front, but that's the only way is through that little spot, which is kind of wild. But I think this is for like employees. Yeah. This is to turn blue. So we can give them a sense of an idea. So this is to main office. We can do something similar. Turn left to exit. So it's a lot of instructions. Turn left to exit. Dash to main office. Turn left to exit slash. And then this goes. To UTA. Hmm. Maybe we could do something different. What can we do? We could block. We just polygon them. Do we really need this panorama? I don't think we really need this panorama. I think what we need to do, let's go back here. Turn loop parking. Let's change this. Let's just be done with it. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to be done with it. So now, if we click on this, we lose one area. But to be honest with you, dealing with those guys that are all kind of like standing around. And here's the thing is like, I was hiding like somewhere over here behind this truck, over here behind these bushes. Oh no, when these guys were there, never mind. This one I was hiding back there, but when I was over here, I was back behind here, and I didn't realize that these guys were all congregating in my shot. And when you're doing the bracketed HDR with the Theta Z cameras, I pay for an app that allows me to do it, but there's another app that allows you to view it that you have to pay for as well. And I was like, well, I don't really care. So I don't care to look at it. So when I take these photos, I can't really review it on site. I can, I just haven't found it super necessary. So anyways, it is what it is. I'm okay with it for this one. So to UTA. So the thing is like, I think this is overflow parking. So they'll come in, they'll park here, then the employees will have to walk all the way down and go through this door. Turn is going to be here. This goes to return loop. So we have all those. I want to change that to this will be exit. Then office and what's that called? Rental account. Third level for rental. Maybe goes to uh, to rental counter. Okay. Try to find our blue, but try to find our blue that goes down. To level office and good. To Rich. I have a funny feeling this is gonna be all jacked up. Yep. So don't know what we did to that one, but we need to re-export it. Um, see. And of course, we didn't save any. We didn't save our things. We got cocky. I got cocky. Level sky. Yeah, this is what we want to open. So let's go ahead and go to our live projection. Yeah, so I think when we exported this one, we I must have left it on his thing. Okay, so let's do our pitch 90. Let's just start trying to work on straightening it out again. Yeah, and while I'm straightening this out, I'm looking at edges and corners to get the best out of it. That looks pretty good. There we go. It's good. Make those micro adjustments. Looks good. Yeah. All right, so I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and get off of this. Live projections, remove projections. Let's try to adjust some of the colors. Let me see if white balance. That doesn't look too bad. A little brighter. contrasty, vibrant. Maybe we can bust that up just a little bit. What I need to do is just wish it was like a something like that. I think it's fine. Yeah. I mean, it's a parking deck. I like to do. Okay, so this is the full image. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's go to export. Export Skybridge. We're going to call this V2. Save. Let's go to projects. Media. Panorama standard. Third level Skybridge V2. Let's open it. Let's ask us a question. So let's go back to our panoramas. Let's go upstairs parking deck, I think. There's okay. So let's change this out. Delete that. That was the same one. Yeah, that's right. Add. That goes to Skybridge. Now this. We'll go to then Skybridge parking deck. Okay, Skybridge. This is going to stairs. Skybridge terminal. There. Rental counter. We can just make that different color. Red. Okay. Then stairs. That looks good. That looks good. So this. Then we'll just add the text. Put sky. Skybridge stairs. We'll make this right as well. Just kind of give it a little more pop. Then this is going to rental counter. To the counter. Run that way. Coverage. Then it's going to town a rental counter. Break room. The okay. So that um, we have successfully connected all the panoramas that we're going to be using. We still have a little bit of cleaning up to do, um, but want to, we can go ahead and just preview it. And a lot of things that, as we're doing this, it looks really bad and downgraded because it's not really processed yet. Now it's doing the processing, so it should look better in theory. Next time we come on here, I will basically clean this up and get this ready. Be the completion of our first live stream 3D tour using 3D Vista that I'm aware of. My first live stream of it. So, like I said, we still got a whole bunch to do. I'm doing this live stream to hold myself accountable to get all these 3D tours done. I got medical offices, I have daycares, I have schools, I have restaurants. I have a couple really cool ones. I'm actually the next one I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be taking it from an iGuide 3D tour and building it on here because it was for a house that's for sale, and this house is owned by an art studio. The art studio has a whole bunch of information next to their paintings about the artist, and I want to put that together to maybe show the person, because they're selling their house to buy a different one, but they still own the art studio. So my plan is to show them what I did with their house, and I'm going to put like a whole bunch of info things about like the artists and stuff like that, and see if I could do their art studio. I think it'd be really cool. And I have several ideas of what I can do to kind of showcase that. And even if, hopefully I can sell it to them, but um, if they allow me just to do it, then that's just one more thing I can have on the portfolio. The cool thing about 3D Vista is that there's like a whole bunch of um, people making different things for it, like what they call skins. And one of the skins is they made it for, what is it? Uh, for your portfolio. And that's what I'm really excited about, because I'm meeting new people doing different projects, and I would love to be able to share this with other people to sit there and be like, oh, this is what I could do. So if it's like a restaurant, they click on restaurants and see what I've done with restaurants. If it's a daycare, then they click on a daycare example and kind of go from there. So that's what my goal is, what I'm aiming for. And there we go. This looks good. We still got quite a bit of things that we need to do. Like I need to zoom this out a little bit, but if we just kind of click around, the side, parking outside. Big reception. Yeah, this looks pretty decent. Definitely have some tweaks that I need to make. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. Yeah. This definitely serves the purpose. And then if I click on yeah, I should be able to click on any of these. Yeah, this looks really nice. Yeah. This is excellent. Okay, cool. So next time I jump on here, we're gonna clean this up, make it a little more presentable, work on these, and close this one out so we can go ahead and get started on a new one. So for everybody who stopped by and hung out for a minute, I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you either later today or tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching.